There's another thing that really mystifies me, that I can't believe Richard Christie, who works for us, you know, everyone knows Richard and Sal, but Richard found a girl to go along with his idiosyncrasies. Like, you know, Richard doesn't bathe, and like he's in a long-term relationship, and the girl puts up with it, and Richard's into going to haunted houses for the entire month of October.
Train trips.
It's like he found a girl who really will do anything that it's like, and she's a very normal girl except for the fact that she likes Richard.
Then, you see, but then you go, she can't really be normal.
Yeah, I guess. But this is wild to me. Richard has a soundtrack he goes to sleep to every night, and he's into haunted houses and horror movies. Most guys are into heavy metal or into haunted houses and horror movies. Like I see Rob Zombie's all about Dracula.
Horror films. And
his dog's name is Dracula. So Richard goes to sleep every night to his soundtrack. And it's a soundtrack of haunted houses, I had heard, and this and that. And he was even bragging the other day that he's remixed it himself, because when he goes to sleep, some of the sounds are a little too loud, and they wake him up. So you would think, well, why bother remixing it? Why not just go to bed and not have the soundtrack playing?
Why do you have to have this playing?
But that means the girlfriend, too, is into listening. I mean, I don't know how...
Or she just has to figure out how to sleep with this racket going on.
And I heard it was spooky sounds, like, you know, haunted house, like, ooh. And I guess I thought in some way maybe that's soothing, but I asked Richard if I could hear this soundtrack that he sleeps with, and this is it. I'm going to play it for you verbatim. Here it is. And I'm listening to it, I go, oh, it sounds like a sound machine.
There's a big, dark house near here. A very large, derelict house. It's known locally as Hangman's Folly. This
Every
old
night.
mansion.
Same month.
But that's what it really is. It's built on a hill. A strange and barren hill. A place where birds
Could you go to bed to this?
And animals won't go.
I thought it would be
shy.
sounds.
And dogs
That's what
run
I
with
thought.
hackles.
It's a story. It's like a bedtime story. He's read to.
Such a baby.
But the same one every night. You have to be retarded to listen to the same story every night.
It's my favorite.
It's crazy. Yeah.
Sal told me as you're playing it, Richard is sitting in there mouthing it verbatim. He could probably do it without you playing it.
I'm going to do, you know that game where you have to know the next line?
Right.
Come in here. I'm going to play it, then I'm going to stop it, and I want to hear the next line. See, he's got to know every line. You got to know every line of it if you listen to it every night, right?
Yeah, pretty much.
And why did you remix it? Because some of the sounds were too loud?
There's screaming parts on there that would, like, scare the shit out of us. You know, it's about an hour and a half long and about an hour into it.
And you're asleep by what point in the thing every night?
It depends. If we're real tired, I'll fall asleep during track 1, which is like, 3 or 4 minutes. Or a lot of times it's by track 4 or 5.
But it plays while you're sleeping, right? I mean, it goes on.
And then the screaming wakes you up.
Yeah. Yeah, or thunder. There's a lot of lightning, too, that would scare the shit out of us.
So, and you found the girl who, like, doesn't think this is odd, and she enjoys it, too.
Well, she won't listen to it when she's at home by herself because it scares her, but she likes when I'm laying next to her and we listen to it together.
You found someone who's...
They are soulmates, obviously.
Yeah, you're really soulmates.
She's awesome.
Yeah, you should marry her. You'll never find one like this.
That's
really.
true, yeah.
And she's attractive, and so it's like it works out.
Yeah, she's a lot of fun.
As I play this, I'm going to stop it. I want you to give me the next line.
Okay.
Raised in fright. Nothing much grows there anymore. It is a dank and desolate place
where birds won't go, and oh man,
a dank and desolate place.
A dank and desolate place where birds won't go. Nothing much grows there anymore.
And nobody stays for long.
Nobody stays for long.
They say it's haunted.
You're bad.
You listen to this every night?
Every night?
I know the very beginning, but he goes on for a little while, and I forget.
All right.
Play on track 12, it starts where he's in a graveyard. That's my favorite one.
No.
Come on, Artie. This is good stuff.
That's the graveyard?
Yeah.
Listen to this.
Do you ever start it from track 12?
Oh, yeah.
Richard's falling asleep. It must really work.
This is my favorite part.
If you walk through Witch's Wood.
What?
If you walk through Witch's Wood. past the hanging tree, down Dead Man's Lane. You'll come to a wooden footbridge.
Past the hanging tree, then down Dead Man's Lane, over the wooden footbridge past Creepy Hollow.
You got it.
You will come to an ancient graveyard.
What's that, a dog?
Uh-huh.
No.
His girlfriend.
What's with heavy metal guys in monster movies? Like, why do they go hand in hand?
That's a good question.
I mean, Rob Zombie's like, he lives his whole life in a
his whole
horror
house
movie.
is full of memorabilia.
Just dark
He drives around in the Monstermobile.
Because they're weirdos.
The Dragula.
Like, I saw his house looks like the perfect house to me. I saw pictures of it where he has all this monster memorabilia, and it's almost like a haunted house.
Yeah.
And if I ever got rich, I always said I would turn my house into a haunted house.
Yeah, him too. I mean, he's done it. He is rich.
Mm-hmm.
So you're going to take a beautiful house and trash it, is what you're saying?
Yeah. I might as well just buy an old house.
If I ever got rich.
No, the real haunted house is exactly where Richard grew up.
That's right.
On that desolate farm.
It is. A guy fell down our stairs into our basement and died, like 70 years ago.
And he probably still lives there.
Well, my mom was back there one time and said she felt somebody tap her on the shoulder.
See?
Safe for mortals to be here.
Well, you
Especially after dark.
I just find it amazing you found a girl who, like, totally... Like I know if I was listening to this in bed, probably Beth would leave me. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I'm wondering when you introduce this, in a relationship.
You should try it, like, around Halloween. Just play this when you go to sleep. It's fun.
I'm an adult. I don't care about Halloween.
You don't?
I don't put an ounce of thought into Halloween. It makes no difference to me.
You don't look forward to Halloween parties and pumpkin beer and all that stuff?
No. Not at all. I never even think about
beer.
it. Pumpkin beer. You're starting to look like a pumpkin from all that beer. Look at the size of you.
I know.
He's big and orange.
I told my girlfriend she's got to start like cooking healthy for me because I'm going to be drinking a lot of pumpkin beer in the coming months.
Yeah, it's coming up.
He's got to get ready.
I went looking on Friday. We're going to, we're going to Denver. We're going to Halloween Horror Nights in Universal Studios in Orlando.
Right.
We might go out to California to Knott's Scary Farm. We're going to Connecticut. There's a big beer fest up there, and we're going to the Trail of Terror. And we're going to Field of Screams and Shocktoberfest in Pennsylvania.
I wish I had something like this in my life.
Me too. I have chess, but this is way more exciting.
No. See, chess doesn't take you anywhere.
Right.
Yeah, it's like I'm a world traveler.
Yeah. So are you taking planes or trains, or what are you doing?
Well, we're flying to Florida and to Denver, and then everything else is kind of trains.
Right.
You know.
Nice.
It's close enough.
All right. Well, hey, listen, you're happy.
Yeah, it's fun. This coming up is my favorite time of the year.
You wake up happy every day?
Pretty much,
Because you're an alcoholic, so I'm thinking there must be something bothering you.
No, not really. I'm a happy drunk, too. When I drink, I'm happy, you know.
Right. All right, there he is. There's Richard Christie. He found a girl to go... Like, I used to,
truly, did you, the first time she slept over, did you pop that in?
No, I had to ease her into it.
Yeah.
Did she think it was weird at first? She was like, I'm not going to listen to this?
No, she liked it. She ended up liking it.
And now every night it's in there. And
I have it on my iPod, and I have a little iPod player next to the bed, and we listen to it.
So it's in the whole room.
Mm-hmm.
It's pretty wild, huh?
Amazing.
But I remixed it. I did a leveler where the screams and the narration are all the same level now, so it doesn't startle us.
What is this CD? How do you get this?
It's very hard to find. I bought it about 15 years ago.
Right.
But it's called Night in a Haunted House / Night in a Graveyard.
And who is the narrator?
That's, I've searched everywhere to find out because I love his voice. I would love to do something with the guy. And I went on Halloween message boards and everything. You can't find out who it is. So if somebody finds out, please email me at richardchristie.com.
I'm desperate to know.
Yeah.
Especially after dark. For here is a place of twilight. A place occupied, they say, by half-beings.
By what?
Half-beings.
Half-beings. What's a half-being?
I guess, I don't know. Ghost, probably.
What do you make of this? I'm going to go around the room. Artie, what do you make of this?
I think Richard's deeply disturbed. I mean, at first I thought he was doing some of this to be shocking and funny, but this is odd behavior.
Right.
Where, like, if I like Richard, but I don't really know if I want to know him.
Looks like me with Dominic.
Yeah.
What about you, Fred? What do you make of it?
I find the CD annoying.
Right. And what about you, Robin?
I think it's ridiculous.
Right.
I bet Benjy likes it.
Benjy, do you want to comment, or...
I can understand it, because, like...
See?
But I have to tell girls, like, when I sleep with them, like, I might... In a couple hours, I might be screaming and like, grabbing you and punching in the air. So
you have nights.
I understand having to, you know.
All right.
Just another plus on your dreamboat that's docked.
You know, when you get to sleep with a guy as hot as Benjy, the only negative might be you might get punched in the face during your sleep.
You're willing to risk that?
You know, he's so similar to Antonio Sabato Jr.
I told Doug we should set up a time-lapse camera, you know, a night vision camera at his apartment so we can watch him get the night terrors, you know, filming for like 10 hours.
You know, you mean Benjy's apartment?
Yeah, Benjy's apartment. I think it'd be funny to see, you know, to watch for 10 hours and see what happens.
Yeah, well, many a woman's gotten to see that. That he found on the internet. Another plus. Yeah. Put that one in the plus column. You know, it's funny, too, like... Stuttering John, to me, was always like an odd guy.
Yeah.
And, like, I was always amazed when he'd have a woman. And he always got good-looking women and stuff. His wife is like a dreamboat. Beautiful, very charming, bright woman. Lovely. And I used to say to myself, you know, she's such a great girl, but the only thing wrong with her is that she's with John. I mean, you can't be normal and be with John because, like, he would clip his toenails in the living room and then just leave it on the floor and then just wait for her to clean it up.
Yeah.
Like. It was almost like slavery.
He'd talk about being on his computer and peeing in a cup and then the cup spilling all over the keyboard.
Yeah.
And then just not really cleaning it that much. So the keyboard would be covered in pee.
Yeah.
Howard, the guys were telling me they had to go up to a show like in Buffalo once.
Yeah.
And John had somehow spilled urine all over the steering wheel. And then somebody else was driving, and then they didn't find out till hours later, and they were, like, scrubbing for days.
Yeah, I mean, and I'd say, God, Susanna's so beautiful. She's just very gorgeous.
She's wonderful.
Voluptuous in a way.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Beautiful and very nice.
Yeah, and she's just devoted to him.
He used to have a lot of
world of him.
He had hemorrhoid problems real bad.
Did she apply the cream and stuff?
I think so, yeah.
And the most irresponsible guy on the planet. We did, 2 quick stories. We did a gig in San Diego once, okay? So John went home early, and I stayed out. We did it with Doug Stanhope. I stayed out bar hopping and drinking. And John would get paid, and then he'd pay us. So John went home. 3 hours later, I'm walking through the hotel lobby, and I see something on the floor of the hotel lobby. I pick it up. It's a check made out to Stuttering John for $12,000. Jesus. He had dropped the check that the promoter gave him. So I said to Stanhope, I'm going to hold this and just see how long it takes for John to recognize this.
Yeah, that it's gone.
Yeah, he didn't realize it till halfway home on the plane. He goes, I can't find the check. And I fuck with him. I let him simmer until we got back to Newark. I'm like, here's the check, fuckface. It was in the lobby.
This is all of our money.
Yeah. And then another time on a Sunday night, me, him, and DePaulo played at college in Washington, D.C., and the deal was I was getting $5,000 and John was getting $5,000 that he was going to pay to DePaulo. So I got my $5,000 separately. I started to insist on that.
Right, I remember.
So we're driving home, and like didn't want to stay there. So we drive home, 4 a.m. on the side of I-95. John says, I got to take a leak. He gets out of the car, not even a foot, and he pisses getting all over the door because it's windy. It's December, and it's windy and stuff. He gets back in the car, and we get home, and he realizes that while he was peeing, he lost the check on the side of the car.
Oh, my God. And you had your $5,000.
I had mine. Right. But Nick now...
How do you lose the check? Like, don't you put it in your wallet?
It was in, like, his pocket or something. His wallet was always in a cab, and you'd find it and go, John, here.
Yeah.
He somehow always got saved, but he lost the check, and I said, well, John, look, you're the producer of the gig. Nick, this is how Nick makes a living. You know, you have a job on a radio show. The polite thing to do is just to pay Nick out of your own money and wait for the money to come. And John said, well, I'm getting my floor done. I can't do that. Why is that Nick's problem, you're getting your floor done? You're going to have to wait. Now, so Nick had to wait 7 weeks to get the $2,000 he was going to get.
Right.
I mean, that's just like, you know.
Yeah,
so Susanna puts up with that on a daily basis.
I used to look at Susanna and go, well... she seems perfect on paper, but she's with John.
Right.
And that's kind of like with Richard with his girlfriend. His girlfriend's really cute, really pretty.
And I always liked her, and I just think, you know, in fact, I hung out with her. Richard wasn't there at Jason's wedding, and we had a great time. And then I go away and go, wow, that was great. And then I go, oh, well, she's with Richard.
Right.
I saw...
So it's her one negative slash mark.
Yeah, it's like a big banner, though, that something's wrong.
Right. You understand what we're talking about, right, Richard?
Oh, yeah, but we have a lot of fun together. We have a blast.
Yeah.
It's not that you don't have fun together, but we wonder what's wrong with her.
Yeah.
One time, Richard and I went to dinner with his girlfriend, just the three of us on the Upper West Side that time. And we had a blast. We had so much fun. She's so sweet. And I saw Susanna at Howard's wedding. And Susanna, John's wife, is one of those people that as soon as you see her, you smile. She's just so nice. And then you go, yeah, wait a minute. What's wrong with her?
All right, Richard. Well, there it is. I wanted to reveal what you listen to before you go to bed.
I don't know if you want to hear the part that usually wakes us up or not.
All right. Okay.
I think...
There it is. That's the part that wakes me up.
I should mix that
Benjy,
in
why
there.
were you making those noises? I know Fred plays them a lot. What was the origin of that?
Well, hopefully we'll play it on TV sometime. We had about 10, 12 security guys chasing me, and I was dressed as a woman. I was running out in high heels.
At Comic-Con.
And I was running out, and then right when I got at the door, I barked at them, and then ran out.
Is that the bark?
No, that's the scream. Then at the end, I turn around, I start barking at them.
It was the funniest thing.
Have I ever played that on the air?
The video? Well,
no, the audio of the video.
This is what it is.
Yeah, but have I ever played the...
Bits of it, you may have.
You know, have I ever played the sequence that led up to
I think so, yeah. I don't know if Fred wants to look it up, but it was at Comic-Con, and what happened is they were doing this, they had this little movie theater at Comic-Con, they were showing it just like an example of a video game.
Yeah.
And it was this dark theater, and everybody's really into this Wolverine video game, and Benjy started yelling out questions like, how far into the future is this? And just totally interrupting the video game.
I don't think I ever played that.
I think I do remember hearing that.
Let me hear.
It's funny as hell.
What's it called? Comic-Con?
Comic-Con, yeah.
Hold on, I'm trying to go through all these and pull them out.
Alphabetical order.
Yelling during video game demo?
Yeah, that's it, yeah.
Here we go.
So the first thing we're going to start out with here is a clip of Wolverine in the future. If any comic fans are here. It's in a future timeline. Wolverine doesn't remember who he is.
Where are we now?
In the future.
But where in the universe is this?
You'll have to guess.
How far in the future is it? Sir, how far in the future is this?
Unknown, unspecified.
What?
Unspecified.
Is it at least more than 50 years?
No. Shut up!
Sorry.
Shut up.
So it's less than 50 years? Oh! Are these real actors? Is this animatronic? Sir?
You're going to have to ask you to be quiet.
Oh, sorry. Are these real characters or are they animatronics?
We're going to have to get security if you don't stop talking.
Sorry. I'm liking it so far. It's scary.
Throw him out.
You look like you're an ass.
Huh?
What?
You said it looks like you're an ass.
Oh, is that Wolverine?
No.
Sorry. Is this supposed to be New York in the future? Well, I'm sorry. I have every right to be here just as much as you do.
You're disturbing people, man. Get out.
You're so annoying.
We're from the media.
Everybody, but that doesn't mean you have to disrupt everybody. These people waiting outside and waiting here to see this, and now you're disrupting us. It's not fair, so get out.
But we had legitimate questions.
Get out. You don't have a legitimate.
Yes, we did. All I wanted to know was how far in the future it was. If anyone asked me how far in the
That's
future,
when it's over. The fuck out. Get out.
you guys are being mean.
Just get out.
Stop it. Everyone.
Just get out. Get the fuck out of here. That's right. Get the fuck out.
Just cut it out, everyone.
Come on,
You know,
honey.
is this the kind of change we wanted when Obama won?
Get out.
Is it?
Shut up and get a change. I wanted you to get the fuck out.
Is that necessary to say fuck?
Just get out.
There's kids in here.
Just get out. Excuse me.
Is it necessary to say fuck?
Yes. Thank you.
Are you with the Wolverine?
Get him out of here. Get him out of here.
Are you a Wolverine?
Get him out. Get him out.
Are you a
Are you a
Wolverine?
Wolverine? Come out of the front.
That's security he's talking to.
Yeah, that's the Wolverine
are you a
game.
Wolverine? So when do you start screaming?
Then they talk to us, and then we try to escape, or I try to escape.
I have 58-second clip.
And there's about 10 guys that start chasing us.
Of you getting thrown at? Is this it?
I honestly don't remember. It was a couple months ago.
Do you have any control over this person?
Not really.
Not really. That's good to know. Can you step out? They wouldn't tell us how far in the future it was. They wouldn't tell us.
Can we interview Chewbacca real quick?
Out with me. Let's go.
Say that.
You dress like a woman, right?
Turn the light off, turn the camera off. Turn the light off, shut the camera off.
He grabbed your
Turn the light off, shut the camera off. Turn the light off, shut the camera off. It's still on. Turn the light off, turn the camera off. What character are you guys?
Get out of the building. Get out of the building. That's my character. Get out of the building.
Are you a Wolverine?
Get out of the building.
Are you a Wolverine?
Get out of the building. Goodbye. Get out of the building. I'm going to get the station.
What is he doing to you at that point when you make those noises?
I think at that point we were all running out.
Yeah, we were outside of the door.
And I just turned back around and started barking.
Was he grabbing your
I
boobs?
ran back in and started barking at all. There was like 20 security guys chasing me.
And did they ask why you were dressed like a woman, or did they assume you were a woman?
Well, at that place it wasn't that really weird.
Yeah.
I mean, there was people dressed.
No, it was still weird.
Yeah, it sounds like you fit right in.
Just seeing him as a woman, like, getting kicked out was the funniest thing
When is
ever.
that? Oh, I see. The Benjy clip will start airing on Howard TV in September, Robin. I know you were waiting for that.
It's funny because they just shove him out the door and then slam the door behind him, and that's when he starts barking at him.
So nobody's touching him. He's just doing it.
Howard TV has it all. Many a great clip on there. Many a great show. And I think Artie's Chair is on there now, too. The show in the hallway, right? Isn't Artie's Chair the
Yeah, that's
episode?
a great one,
I
yeah.
see it's #1 most viewed.
Mm-hmm.
Artie's Chair. A whole story about the chair Artie sits in. And it's very, very good. All right, Richard, that's more than enough from you, I think.
It's plenty.
All right, thank you.
Thank you.
All right, there is Richard Christie, who enjoys listening to horror stuff.
You don't still want to hear that clip that wakes me up, do you?
I thought we had played that, no?
No,
Oh,
we
no,
haven't.
not
Where is
yet.
that?
We got into Benjy.
I think it's track 15. They go into a mausoleum and there's vampires in there.
This it? You should be able to know just from the wind.
No, it might be the next one. I'm sorry.
It's understandable.
Hard to tell. You know, you're
I'm
half
usually
asleep.
sleeping at this point. Because I did try to avoid it. That's the first line.
I think I'm going to sleep.
You're the only person who bought this.
No, there's message boards where people love this kind of stuff.
Listen. Midnight.
The witching hour.
The witching hour.
It's that guy's voice.
I love his voice.
Yeah.
It's so soothing. Oh, this is the clip.
Richard was so into this, he made a mix CD for this for Sal's kid.
Oh,
and Sal threw it in the garbage. He wouldn't even give it to the kid. Do you know Sal threw it in the garbage?
I figured he probably would.
Yeah.
This is that clip where I mixed Robin in with all the witches and stuff.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
You added to it. Where's Robin?
Oh, she's not on this one. I did it. I don't know if Fred wants to find it.
You got the Robin remix?
Yeah, I have it.
Listen. Midnight. The witching hour.
Where the spider Evil light, cloak of darkness, you will die!
That's scary. You really should get into this kind of work. You're good. You're good on this one.
I got a new career. I know what I'm doing now.
Good for you.
Shut up.
Good for you. All right, Richard, thank you.
All right, thanks,
for
Howard.
bringing us into your world.
Thank you.
Richard and Christy, Robin asked us a couple of times, how do you put that music or sound or whatever it is on at night and explain it? And I guess they enjoy sleeping with that every single night.
Right, but you're saying, Robin, was how do you introduce it?
Yeah, what's the move?
Right.
Is there a move?
I'm just going to put this on and don't worry about it? I don't know.
Well, I guess with Richard, and Richard, you should come down for this, but you know that he's into Halloween, crazy about it. You know the way he feels about certain things, so it shouldn't come as that's surprising, but that stuff is pretty creepy.
Yeah, I mean, I think everybody probably goes through weird stuff with when you start dating somebody pretty seriously, and you realize you have, idiosyncrasies, and, Mary, I always say, Mary, the first night she ever spent at my apartment, I had 2 alarm clocks that went off every 9 minutes for 45 minutes, and, on snooze. And so it goes off I used to get up at about 10 after 5. The first one went off at about 4:25, so she goes, get up. And I'm like, no, and I hit it. And then she kept going, like, it was literally every 5 minutes it would go off. I was a very heavy sleeper. And she's like, by the time it was 10 or 5, she's like, I'm never staying here again. You're fucking crazy. And I was, but it was normal to me.
Yeah,
you must have plenty of those.
No, that's what I never know. Like, the first time I sleep with a girl, should I tell her I might wake up screaming?
Yes.
But it's like I might not. So it's like by telling her, it's like, do I want to deal with her or maybe just wait till it happens?
She's not going to run away from you if you tell her.
Yeah,
and she is going to run away if you don't tell her and it happens.
Exactly. If you don't tell her and it happens, don't you think that's a little bit worse?
What is it? It's almost like saying, should I tell a girl I have herpes because I'm not broken out right now? So nothing may happen. But if I give her herpes, then what the hell?
Well, first of all, let's make this clear. I do not have anything. I'll be tested. But what are you saying?
I'm just being a
You're
dick.
saying you would tell or wouldn't?
I would tell. I would absolutely tell.
I think most people probably wouldn't.
About what?
Would you?
If I had herpes?
Yeah.
Well, thank God I don't have that.
Of course you would. It's almost illegal, but we're not talking about herpes. We're talking about you and the night terrors, and my answer is you should tell in advance.
And that clip of you screaming is one of the... that's an all-time great, I think.
Hey, Benjy, are you saying that if you had herpes, you would have sex with a woman without telling her?
First of all, I don't. And
I know you don't.
I'll be tested. I'll put my medical record on. I want everyone else to do
nobody's
that.
saying
no one is saying you have it.
I would say most people would not tell people. Like 40%,
I'm not asking about most
40% of the
people.
population.
What about you?
I don't know because I haven't been faced with that.
Well, now you're...
I don't know. I can understand why people wouldn't.
Okay, so let me flip it around. How would you feel?
I would be very upset.
Like if you slept with a girl and then a day later she said, oh, by the way, I have herpes.
I would be upset.
So then why wouldn't you just know that you would say something?
Do unto others.
It's hard enough to get girls, You think is that going to just throw that in there? They're going to jump.
Yeah, but that's part of the price of having herpes.
I do not. I swear.
Nobody thinks you have it.
Someone tunes in, they just hear like the word herpes and this.
Yeah, but do you know the expression? Methinks thou doth protest too much. Like, why are you?
Let's go test my blood right now.
I actually don't care whether you have it or not.
Yeah, neither do I.
I really don't.
And we're not saying that you do.
We don't think you do. And if you did, that's fine. And if you don't, good for you.
I don't, but I guarantee you, I bet about 40% of people here do.
Wait, first of all, you're saying 40% of the population has herpes?
Yes, of the adult population.
That is not true.
No, I'm sorry, 25%.
That even sounds
all right. Right now, it's me, you, Richard, and Gary. You're saying one of us has herpes.
I don't know. It's not like always. 10% is gay. Is half of us gay? I don't know. But like...
But if 10% of us gay, why would half of us be gay?
Because there's only 4 people.
You've been hanging out with Sal. But even...
Yeah, you're doing Sal math there. All right. Well, Benjy,
So you don't have herpes?
Let me clarify for the audience. Benjy says he does not have herpes, and I don't want anyone to think that he might.
Now you're making a joke out of it.
We did.
And you're not?
No.
Okay.
Because... Anyway, go ahead.
No, go ahead. What were you going to say?
No, I don't. I'm sure people here do, though.
Doug in Long Island, you're on the wrap-up show.
Yeah, Benjy, man, stay away from me and my family, man. Those sores, they're very, very contagious, dude. That's disgusting. Hey, do you wear a condom when you break out?
Well, I don't understand what Sal's doing.
He's
Doug
not
from Long
Sal.
Island.
That's Doug. You know what Ron? What was the name Ronnie used when he called in?
I don't remember. Mitch.
Frank.
Ronald.
No, Ronnie. All right, Sal.
No, in all seriousness, Benj, I do love you. And I hope you get the herpes checked out, man.
Now, listen,
Thanks,
listen. We can
That's
call my
Doug
doctor on
Lover-Galley.
the air right now. I just did a physical 2 weeks ago.
Do you really have a regular doctor?
Yeah.
Just checking.
All right. Thanks, Tony. And if you want to come down,
why
feel
would
free.
I have a doctor?
Because you're always like so non-traditional. You know, doctors are. You know, I wouldn't go to a doctor. They're all. You know, you always.
I love doctors.
You always think there's a conspiracy theory.
No, I don't.
Yes, you do.
All right. Let's get out of the vortex and move on to the wonderful Richard Christie. What is the move you make putting that on? Now, look, I know that your girlfriend knows you're into Halloween and you've got all these sort of obsessions, but you have to admit that's a big step, putting that on at night when you want to go to sleep. How did she react? And
She probably laughed at me for a while, but it's like anything else. Like Gary, how far into a relationship do you tell a girl that you love to have your asshole licked? It's just something that, eventually you kind of work your way into.
Wedding night?
First night.
First night. But, the cool thing is, like...
Well, you don't love that, by the way, Richard?
Never had it done. I don't know what I'm missing, I guess. But, my girlfriend is awesome, and I knew that, like, after our first date, because we watched this video called Uncle Goddamn, and she loved it. It's a video of these rednecks. It's like their home videos of them fucking with this drunk guy that's passed out and, like, lighting his balls on fire and all this crazy shit. And so right then I knew she was cool, and I knew that, a Halloween CD, it's not that big of a deal. It's not like I'm saying that I love to... I beat off to Schindler's List.
No,
but
you're into listening to a Halloween CD, fine and dandy. I agree with you. You're now, when you start to fuck with people's sleep, it's a whole different story. So you're now saying this is going to help us get to bed. How do you get her to buy into that?
I don't know. She liked it. She thought it was kind of creepy and scary, and it was just fun to sleep to. And I like it because it gives me these nightmares, kind of like, you know how you lay in bed sometimes, and it even has happened with the show. Before I worked here, I would lay in bed and listen to the Stern Show, and I'd dream about, like when I'd fall back asleep, dream about what Howard was talking about. It was really cool. So this kind of helps me get into this Halloween mode, and I go off to Halloween dreamland, which I love.
All right, she hears it the first night, the second night, it's funny, or she likes it. By the third week, does she say, hey, can we listen to something else? Or,
well, yeah, and I do have I have a different Halloween CD that I play sometimes.
What's different about that one?
It's called Spooky Tales and Scary Sounds, and it's a different narrator. He's more of a American accent. So
that's funny. When I quit smoking, I went to one of those places, and they gave me this guy hypnotized us, and then they gave me a CD of it. And I have never heard the end of it. I just start listening. That thing puts me to sleep in the first 6 minutes. It's like 17. And I love hearing it. But again, there's no wolves howling and there's nobody being, beheaded with an axe.
And we don't listen to it literally every night. I mean, it's, a few nights a week, but mostly it's pretty much every night starting at the end of August when it gets close to Halloween season.
See, Richard's girlfriend used to intern for me years ago, and I talked to her quite a bit. And I believe that she's suffering from Stockholm Syndrome. That's when your captor, you start to fall in line with your captor. Because I talk to her a lot. She's a very sweet girl. I don't remember her being interested in any of these things.
No, but
Are you saying Richard has brainwashed her into enjoying what he enjoys?
Richard's romance is like the Manchurian Candidate.
Hey, but it goes both ways. I was never into Gossip Girl and The Hills, but I watch it now because my girlfriend likes it, and I respect the things that she likes, too. And she got me started, watching those shows, and we watch a lot of reality shows that she likes.
What's your favorite reality show?
Right now we're watching the Megan Wants a Millionaire one, which is pretty
I watched
good.
some of that. My favorite, there's a show, I don't know what it is, but my niece turned me on to it. The most horrendous people that ever walked the earth. It's a bunch of high school kids in New York City.
NYC Prep?
NYC
She
Prep.
loves that one, too, yeah.
One person more horrible than the next.
And the 16 and pregnant is a good one, too, on MTV.
I always see that. What is that? It's just a knocked-up girl?
Yeah, just really young girls that are pregnant, and they're deciding what they're going to do with their lives, and it's fascinating. Oh, and probably Cribs is my favorite reality show, though. Like, especially they had one with Teen Cribs, and it was all these rich kids, which it kind of makes you angry, but their houses were so badass.
One of my neighbors was on Teen Cribs, and it was pretty interesting to watch.
Mark in Long Island, you're on the wrap-up show.
Hey, guys, big fan. Gary, as producer, I got a question for you. How, after all these years, have you not had Richard's girlfriend in for an in-depth interview? Who's actually blowing that unsanitary human being?
It's one of those things that sort of will work itself out. I think scheduling her for an interview would be disappointing. Like, you'd build it up and it wouldn't be what you wanted. But, one day we'll be doing a live show somewhere. Maybe she'll come and we'll go into the audience and we'll talk to her, and that will be much more interesting.
I think she'd just rather stay, kind of be outside of the show.
Yeah, she's not looking to be on, but I think if the right opportunity presented itself where, I could say pay them to come in and do Newlywed Game or like I said, if we were at a live event, I think if I said, tomorrow Richard Christie's girlfriend, it might be disappointing, although as I'm speaking, I don't think it would disappoint at all.
Although next week we are interviewing Fishy.
Right, but Howard, who for years has said his view of the whack pack and all that is that he likes to observe people and even strippers and anything. He likes to observe people with crazy behavior. Anyone who would date Richard for a long distance of time, going around the country to Halloween places, sleeping with someone who doesn't wash in a week. That's worth observing any minute of the day.
But every guy on the Stern Show has weird things about him that you would wonder, about the people that they're with.
Well, okay, so what about John makes you wonder why his wife's with him?
Like, he's so into TV, it's creepy, John.
Richard. People watch TV. People don't travel to go sleep in Lizzie Borden's room.
Yeah, but John sends out Lotus.
I'm creepy.
He sends out Lotus notes about Jay Leno's new show at 11 o'clock at night. It's so creepy.
But that's what John does for a living.
He doesn't jerk off.
I'm just being goofy now, but I'm just saying.
What would you like to know about my wife? As a, for instance, like why? What about me that my wife tolerates?
Your foot fungus, for one.
Yeah, but that's no big. What is it?
Well, you just said at the beginning, the ass eating.
But that's not
eating.
That is urban legend. It's not.
You're
really
the one that started it, though.
No, I said that I had done it before. I didn't say it's the reason I live. You guys have turned it into that. And people with herpes shouldn't throw stones.
Hey, Gary, I challenge you right now to a test. I challenge you to a test because I don't have shit, man. Well, I'll challenge you. Let's do test to
my
test.
sperm is healthier than yours.
It's not a test. It's a way of life. It's okay.
No, I'll challenge anyone here and $1,000.
Nobody thinks you're fine. I don't think you have herpes. It was a joke. I'm sorry. Benjy Bronk does not have herpes, nor has he ever had it, nor does he know anyone who has it.
Yeah, I've known people that have it.
See?
That's how he caught it.
But going back to the thing, like, even I could say your fascination with the Mets. Like, to me, that's odd, but not to you. I know you see my fascination with Halloween as odd, but I see somebody being into a baseball team.
You can say that,
odd.
but 90,000 people a week don't fill up a stadium to look at Halloween shit. And you could turn around and ask about what John's fascination is with the Pittsburgh Steelers, or what Artie's fascination is with the Yankees, or anybody.
But Halloween is a multi-billion-dollar industry now. It's it's next to Christmas, the biggest holiday.
Do you really think there are as many Halloween fans as into it as you are, as there are, say, Met fans?
Well, probably not, but that doesn't make it wrong. It's just a little less popular.
I'm not saying it's wrong. It's just a little bit more odd.
But, Richard, with Gary's Mets thing, if he went on the road to see the Mets in different cities, if he went to spring training, if he was, literally obsessed with it, then I would compare it to you. Because you are one of the few people I know who is truly, you're traveling every weekend to go to a different Halloween fest.
Yeah.
And not that there's anything wrong with that, but it's definitely unique behavior.
Yeah, and I understand that. And even if Gary did travel around, I would think that was cool, because it's something that he loves so much, that he's that passionate about, that he would travel around to see it. So that's my thing. The stuff I do like, as weird as it is, I'm very passionate about it.
Now, Sal, Richard made you a CD, and you immediately tossed it. The CD was for your kids?
Yeah, he goes, I made a mix CD for your kids if they want to hear this haunted house stuff. And I took it, and he played a little bit for me, and I just threw it right in the garbage.
I have to tell you, Jason went online and found a place where you can buy it, and then it has sort of listener comments. And I thought Richard was creepy. These people are 10 times worse. Like, one of them wrote this whole paragraph that says, "Not for the faint of heart." And it's like, I listened to this, and this scared me. I'm like, you listen to a CD that you know is a fucking made-up story that scared you?
Signed Richard Christie.
I've read that comment. I think it's on Amazon.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did you find that humorous?
Yeah, I do, but that's me, too. I love it. It is kind of, in my old band in Missouri, when I lived there in the early 90s, we used to take that Halloween CD, and our warehouse where we practiced, there was like a third floor that was abandoned, and we would take a boombox up to the abandoned floor in our warehouse and listen to that Halloween CD in the dark, and it was kind of scary. Like me and the other guys in the band, and we would do that to kind of inspire us to write music and things like that.
Jim in Texas, you're on the wrap-up show.
Jim.
Oh, Jim hung up.
Ghost got him.
Let's go to Bob in Rhode Island. Bob, you're on the wrap-up show.
Bob in Rhode Island?
Bob, yes, that's you.
Oh, I'm Steve in Rhode Island.
Oh, sorry.
Okay, that's okay. Real quick, I just want to, my question is for Gary. Benjy, I'm really sorry about the herpes.
All right, listen, dude, I got your phone number right here.
Call me.
And dude, I'm not fucking around.
I know.
He will give you herpes, sir.
No, fuck
He will fuck your ass and give you herpes if you don't stop this.
I demand a test. Put it on the air.
Go get a test and bring it in.
What do you mean if I go get it myself, you guys aren't going to say shit about it?
No, go get a test, bring it in, and I'll post it on howardstern.com.
You can call my fucking doctor right now. I took a physical 2 weeks ago, and I always demand a test for everything.
Tell him to send the test.
It's a her.
Tell her. We'll post it. I'll totally post it. I believe
and
you.
And I challenge everyone here to do that, too.
Dude, you're rubbing your...
Would you do that?
Absolutely.
Dude, would you do that, guys?
Me?
No, I don't care about you. Would you guys do that? Will you take a test? Let the news department do it. Take a test for all STDs and have it posted. Will you guys do that?
Not a problem.
I will do that.
Yeah.
That's not a problem.
John?
I don't know. No, of course I would do it.
Sal?
Yeah, but you're rubbing your lip sore against the microphone.
Wait, Sal, you'll do that. We'll have the news department...
Give me a herpes test.
A test for every STD.
Every one?
Well, whatever they test for.
Absolutely.
All right, let's do it. Let's have the news department. You heard that? We're all willing to do that.
I'm pretty sure I shook that chlamydia from '83, so yes, I will do it.
All right, thanks, Steve. Mike and Philly, you're on the wrap-up show.
Hey, guys, what's happening? I got a couple of points to make. Benjy said 25% of people have herpes, but it's like 95% of Penn State graduates have herpes.
That's not true.
What else, Mike?
Hey, the thing with Richard, someone was making a comment about how Richard's like, how could anybody stand to be in his presence, stuff like that. I think it's a matter. Richard's a pretty funny guy, so I don't know his girlfriend, but I think she probably just overlooks all that because he's probably, pretty cool to hang around with.
Thank you.
Yeah, no problem, pal. I was listening to some of your clips, your calls on YouTube the other day. They're great.
Oh, thanks, man.
Hey, is Gary still there?
I'm here.
Yeah, I had a question. It's kind of like it's a suggestion. I don't know if you guys had ever come across this or not. Do you ever think about doing like a Christmas Carol play with all the Whack Pack members?
Been done, man. It's a classic. It's so good that to do it again would be like remaking a classic movie. It's with Crackhead Bob, Elephant Boy, and we had a girl on the air that had Tourette's. That was, by the way, unbelievably cute. And Fred plays it every Christmas.
Oh, 12 Days of Christmas. Yeah. Beetle was part of it, too, I think.
But we did the Christmas Carol story as a bit, and it's phenomenal. We'll play it this Christmas.
All right, thanks, man.
All right, thanks, Mike. Tommy, you're on the wrap-up show.
Hey, Tom, what's up? Yo, I wasn't listening to the show, but I just had a quick question. I just saw on Howard's Twitter page that it says that Benjy has herpes.
Hey, Jason, listen, you don't fuck around, man, because I'm fucking serious. Dude, do not fuck around because you guys are fucking lying, and I'll just start saying shit about you guys, Jason, because we all know you cheat on your girlfriend, right? I mean, your wife. I'm sorry, your wife, right? Oh, that's bad to say?
Well, it doesn't say that on the Twitter. Just
but why don't you go type that in the Twitter and then call it in?
I'm just reporting what I see. I haven't been listening to the show. I apologize.
Wow.
That's all I was just asking. I want to make sure everyone was fine.
All right, Tommy, thank you for your
Tommy sounds like a fucking nerd.
All right, Benjy, let's shift gears here. Speaking of your screaming, because you're getting a little out of hand. Today, Howard played you guys.
Wait a minute. Wait, Benjy, does Jason really cheat on his wife?
I have to check the Twitter.
Okay.
No, he doesn't. Not that.
But you still have herpes.
No, dude, don't fuck around with me, man. Dude, I will fuck you. I'll fuck you.
Sal, I'm trying to get out of the vortex.
By the way,
I know. What?
This says that 25% of pregnant women have genital herpes.
Really?
Well, they're having sex, so it's more likely.
That's a lot of people. I happen to not know anybody except for one guy who has herpes, and I really don't know anybody who has it. So if 25% of the population has it, that seems really odd.
You don't need to have a sore to have it, though, right?
There's regular herpes and there's genital herpes. We're talking about, they're saying like 90% of the people have some sort of herpes virus, which is not genital herpes.
Right. There's a difference in that. All right.
So basically, Benji, you do probably have herpes, just not the kind we're talking
Gary,
about.
you have herpes.
I probably do. I probably have oral herpes. I probably had it once in my life, but I don't have genital herpes.
You're teeming with herpes right now.
Did you ever have crabs, Gary? Did you have crabs?
What'd you say?
Did you ever have crabs?
It may happen once.
What, do you just shave?
You talked about it on the air.
I talked about it on the air. No, you don't shave. You got to go get this stuff that's called Quell.
Oh, yeah?
You ever read the Mr. Natural comics? Do you remember those from the 60s? He used to say, one of his quotes says, have Quell, will travel.
You know what I do all the time? I like to go into drugstores and like say, like, where's the lice medicine? And people get really upset.
All right, now what I was going to talk about, since we've settled this herpes conversation,
that you have no problem with.
You and Richard, today we heard you guys at Comic-Con, I guess it was, right? New York Comic-Con. And Benji, you were Benjy during that, correct?
Yeah.
And that was a screen for the Wolverine video game. And did you start immediately, or did you kind of let it get going a little bit?
We let it build a little bit.
Yeah, he let it build because it was so fun. I never could imagine that people would sit in a little movie theater and watch a video game, but at these conventions, they're really, really into it. And, oh, my God, I've never laughed that hard. I was just in tears because Benjy it was so embarrassing standing next to Benjy while he's doing that and pissing those people off, but it was funny as hell.
Yeah, Benjy was brilliantly funny, so congratulations.
Thanks.
When you start screaming, though, what gets you to stop?
Doug says you got to stop. We're going to get arrested.
I was telling Benjy, I went in during the break and I told him that I love when a soundbite, sort of for whatever reason, it may be laying around for a while, and then Fred gets a hold of it, and it works its way into the fabric of the show to the point where you forget where it's from. And today was like so interesting because I said to Benjy, I would have bet the farm that was from his pillow fighting event. And hearing it in context today just makes that clip so much better.
And what was I going to say? Oh, it was so funny because as the security's trying to lead Benjy out of the convention, he goes and hides behind this guy that's dressed up as a character named Defender. And he's like some big muscle guy, but he looks real cheesy. And Benji's like, Defender, help me, help me. And he's hiding, and he puts Defender between him and the security guy.
And what was the little character that was rolling around? Hopefully we have video of that. What's his name? The little, remember that?
Yeah, it was like a little Pikachu type thing. Or something.
He was running around with us too.
So now why is that now just airing next month? How come it's taking so long to air?
I don't know.
Because if I could make a request for that one, TV should put in my second favorite Benjy appearance ever was he went to a Soupy Sales autograph signing and he pretended that Soupy had knocked him to the ground and he broke his leg. And Soupy wasn't buying any of it. And Benjy was writhing around on the ground screaming. And Soupy says, just get up. Just get up.
And you did that at the Donald Trump roast, too. You, fell on the ground and freaked out, too. You remember that?
Yeah. What was the one, Benjy, when you were touching people? That was so funny.
That was the Donald Trump roast also.
Whose face was it that you were rubbing?
Regis, I think.
It was that boxer.
Yeah.
Good move.
Leon Spinks or Michael Spinks?
Maybe Michael. I don't know. It was a boxer.
Yeah, exactly.
So great.
All right, Teddy, we got to take a break. Let's talk to JJ in Oklahoma. JJ, you're on the wrap-up show.
Hey, what's up, Gary, John, Benjy?
Hey, man.
Benjy, I'm sorry about the herpes, bro. You'll get over it, man.
Hey, listen. Listen, I can fuck with anyone and just start making false allegations. JJ, what town in Oklahoma are you from?
In McAllister, brother.
Are you the guy? Weren't there some accusations about you and some kids? JJ from McAllister, Oklahoma. Wasn't there some allegations about you raping a kid?
No. But
JJ, what's your last name? What's your last name, JJ?
Don't do it. Don't do it.
JJ, don't go
What's
there.
your last name, JJ?
Benjy, I'm only going to have to hit the button. JJ, don't say it.
All right, wait, hold on. Benjy, you made your point. JJ, what do you want to say?
I just want to talk to Richard and Sal, man. I think they're geniuses. They do a good job.
Thank you.
Richard, you ever come back on to Kansas, man? Let us know, man, and come down to Oklahoma sometime. We'd love to spend some time with you, man. Party down.
Yeah, well, Kansas City has some of the best haunted houses in the country, so I might make it back there around October.
Right on, man. Well, give us a heads up. I'd like to come up there and meet you, man.
Sounds good, buddy. And keep chasing those rattlesnakes. I know there's a big rattlesnake hunt in Oklahoma, right?
Yeah. And I'll say what's up to my boys in Spirit. And, Benji, get that shit taken care of, man.
All right, JJ, come on. That's enough. Thank you for your call. What rattlesnake hunt is he talking about?
There's a big celebration where they get a huge row. I think they line up in a row, hundreds of people, and chase these rattlesnakes, and they have a big feed afterwards, too.
Did you ever participate in something like that?
No, but I had a lot of buddies that used to go to it.
What about Missouri? I mean, not a rattlesnake, but something along those lines?
I've caught rattlesnakes before. Me and my buddies, when we were little kids, we used to go out and catch water moccasins and rattlesnakes because we didn't know the difference between any snakes, and we'd put them all in a 5-gallon bucket, and my dad would see them, and he's like, you caught rattlesnakes and water moccasins?
Oh, my God. You would just pick them up?
Yeah, me and my buddies would, yeah.
Why didn't
we were little kids.
Why didn't they fucking hit you?
Well, we'd get sticks or something and, keep their heads down. We wouldn't just grab them like Steve Irwin or something.
Let's go to Idaho and talk to Derek. Derek, you're on the wrap-up show.
No, it was Derek from Indianapolis.
Oh, I'm sorry, Derek. How you doing?
Oh, no, that's all right. Hey, I just want to say you guys do a great show. John, Gary, it's an honor to speak to you guys.
Thanks.
And I want to say, I just want to ask, Benji, after an outbreak, how long can you have sex?
Hey, I will put my results on there. You can test me. I do not have a thing, but I guarantee you this. I guarantee you every guy on the show will not do that.
I will.
All right, hey, love you guys. You guys take care.
All right, thank you, Derek. Benji, they're not letting up. I apologize.
Benji, you said you'll put your results on the air?
Yeah.
Why? We know you have it.
No, I don't. Sal. Hey, Sal.
I'm only kidding.
No, it's not. The thing is, I could do the same thing. Start saying about shit about your kids and shit, and you just get that's not true. But if I constantly made a joke out, you'd start getting real pissed about it.
I'd be pissed if I had herpes, too, but that has nothing to do with my kids.
Sal,
I'm not saying you do, but I'd be pissed. I get it.
You're daring Benji to fuck with you.
No, I'm just pissed off about Jason pulling that fucking prank call on you. That was really low.
Thanks, Doug.
Now, I'll take a test. The news department can arrange it. Put it on the air. I challenge everyone here to do that, too.
Okay, Benji has laid down the gauntlet, and we'll see if anybody takes him up on that. Sal.
Yes, sir.
Is Richard in a completely different mood when it comes Halloween time?
My God, it's like the homeless winning the lottery. It really is. I mean, he really is. He's on cloud nine. He wakes up every morning. He's like, I can't wait till that pumpkin beer gets here. I can't wait till they have pumpkin coffee. And then he takes out his Christmas light. We have Halloween Christmas lights. They're pumpkins that he hangs up all over the office. And he gets on the phone and after work and he starts planning all his trips and his haunted house shit and the CDs. Just totally caught up in it.
And I got to thank the fan that emailed me and gave me a tip today that just starting today, there's pumpkin beer on draft at a certain bar here in Manhattan. And
isn't it a little early for that?
It is early, but that's why I'm so excited that a bar has it.
What is sort of like Thanksgiving is the kickoff to the Christmas season? What is the kickoff to the Halloween season?
For me, the middle of August is when I really started getting.
He's starting now.
You know what? This makes no sense.
I would pile on, but in stores they have costumes out and stuff like that already.
Really?
Yep.
Yeah. Lisa G emailed me 2 weeks ago and saw I think a Rite Aid that had their Halloween stuff up.
Jeez. Do you have Halloween lights at home as well, or do you only do that in the office?
No, we do it at home. We got the candles. I got the Halloween tart burner, the Yankee Candle, and the lights and the everything.
And now when do you start decorating at home?
Labor Day for Halloween.
Richard, in all honesty, if Kristen, I love Kristen, but if she happened to say, hey, I'm sick of this Halloween bullshit, I don't want the lights up, I think it's creepy, I don't want the CD playing at night, and I don't want to take this Halloween tour again, what would you do if it was between Kristen and all that?
She would never say that, first off. But no, I would respect her opinion. If she wasn't into something, I'm not going to force her to do something. But fortunately, she's really cool, and she enjoys that stuff, and I try to make it fun for her. Like, when we go to Orlando, we stay, at Universal at their resort, and they have a nice pool and everything. She loves going to the pool and laying out. So I try to go to places that are fun for her, too,
And a caller said it before. He doesn't know Richard's girlfriend, but I do. She does have an unbelievable sense of humor. Yes. She's a lot of fun to be with, and, you guys are a really nice couple.
Thank you. Well, we'll be enjoying some pumpkin beer tonight at dinner, thanks to that fan that emailed me the tip. Thank you.
Ken in California, welcome to the wrap-up show.
Hey, Benj, good morning, and welcome to the community. Hello?
All right, Ken, what can
All
we
right, Steve Brandano, what else you got to say?
What can we talk to you about today?
Listen, I think Richard's going around the country gathering information on his own Halloween, his own haunted house. So my question would be, when and where, and can I get a ticket?
For my haunted house?
He thinks you're gathering information for the haunted house.
Yes, from your own.
Well, you know, I actually want that guy to work in my haunted house with that voice.
I thought that was Chips Enough.
But no. That's definitely something I would love to do. You know, if Howard retires, maybe I'll go into the haunted house business.
Would you do that to like a bed and breakfast?
I totally would do that. I would love to do that. You know, we love staying in haunted bed and breakfast. Some friends, good friends of ours in Denver have one, and last year we stayed in the Lizzie Borden bed and breakfast, which was awesome.
John, my cousin owns one of those up in upstate New York. And what are those things called again? What's so funny, Sal? That you're interrupting the whole fucking show?
I'm sorry. No, go ahead, Gary. Finish.
No, what were you laughing at?
Well, with Richard, when he talks about these haunted houses, we did a show in Chicago, and as soon as we got there, he started getting these newspapers like the Village Voice and whatnot, looking for haunted houses.
Well, because I was bummed because it was Halloween weekend and we were in Chicago, and I knew we were going to do like shows at night, and I wouldn't be able to go to haunted houses.
But because it was so far away, whatever, from Halloween, the only haunted house there was this kid made this makeshift haunted house in his garage.
It was Halloween weekend, but it was the only one open during the day.
That's whatever it was. But it was a kid. It was like going to a garage sale. Instead of a garage sale, he made the shitty makeshift haunted house in his garage, and he put up like garbage bags, and there was cardboard boxes, and he had a shitty skeleton over this old beat to shit Casio organ. But we had to go there. We went there with Richard, and we get in there, and as soon as we get in, it was so boring. I said, Richard, why don't you drop your... I said, why don't you drop your pants and smack your cock on the skeleton on the organ?
Well,
so sure enough,
Sal was going to take a picture.
Yeah, and I was going to take a picture. Richard just, without missing a beat, we're at somebody's house. He just drops his pants to his ankles. He starts smacking his dick around. He starts posing like a wrestler, like with his fist to his sides. He's got his legs spread. And then the father came in, and a buddy of his goes, the father's coming, the father's coming. And all of a sudden, you just see Richard pulling up his pants. He's fixing his buckle. He's shaking his ass. And he comes around the corner, and Richard's zipping up his pants, doing his buckle. And I'm holding the camera there, and he just looks at us like...
like we're in this guy's garage.
So we didn't say a word, and we walked out, and the grandpa starts coming up the driveway. He goes, you guys like the haunted house? Like the grandpa had no idea. And he goes, were you scared? And that was it. We thought we were going to get killed, but it was funny as hell.
Does it surprise you where this idea came from, Gary?
No, not at all. First of all, these two are a classic example of why you shouldn't open your home up to strangers.
Yeah, it was some haunted garage I found on the internet, and it was.
And you were so not scared, you took your dick out.
Yeah, I had to do something scary, you know.
All right, so let's say one day Howard's obviously going to retire, and you decide to open this haunted bed and breakfast. What would make yours different than the others? I mean, you've been to the Lizzie Borden house. I'm sure there are others you've been to. What would be?
Well, I don't want to give away my secrets.
A unique trade
would you have to find a place where someone was killed?
That helps. That definitely helps.
I mean, I was trying. My cousin has one somewhere in upstate New York, and he sent me a whole website about it. What do they call that stuff that you can get if you can leave your tape recorder on at night?
EVP.
Yeah. EVP. Now, what does that stand for again?
Electric voice process, something.
Yeah, supposedly, if you leave your tape recorder on at night, you can hear the ghosts and the spirits and stuff. Like, I'm going to fucking leave it on for 12 hours and then go back and listen to it.
I did that. I left it on for like 3 hours at the Lizzie Borden house.
Yeah.
And went back and didn't hear a goddamn thing. Heard me snoring. That was about it. But, you know, I do have an idea, and, you know, this is copyright trademark Richard Christie, 2009. I want to have a haunted bed and breakfast where we scare the shit out of the people in the middle of the night. We go and wake them up. Like, we'll
stand there with an axe.
Yeah, exactly. Something like that. Like, you go in staying in this bed and breakfast knowing that you're going to get woken up. You don't know if it's going to be
it's even better if you don't know.
A screaming, well, we'll have to tell them or else they might sue us or something, but you could have a screaming ghost wake you up at 3 in the morning, or somebody with an axe, or a rabid dog will run in your room at like 4:30 in the morning. But I think it'd be fun to stay at a place knowing you're going to get the shit scared out of you sometime in the night.
If you were staying at a place like that, would you want to know beforehand, or would you rather just be surprised?
Well, I would kind of want to know that they're going to scare me, but it'd be a surprise because you don't know.
Someone steals your credit cards in the middle of the night.
Well, not that scary, more safe, scary stuff.
Chris in Florida, you've been on hold for a while. Welcome to the wrap-up show.
Hey, Benjy.
Yeah?
I think you're a funny guy, man. You're a good writer.
Thanks, man.
Yeah, no problem. Listen, thanks to all you guys. I listen to you guys all the time. I'm a traveling salesman down in Florida, and I'm on my way to my grandma's funeral up in Virginia right now.
I'm sorry.
You guys have really helped me keep my head out of the clouds. But while you're on Halloween and scaring people and all that stuff, I wanted to ask a question. When Robin was doing the news today talking about that man that accidentally shot his son, and he's getting ready to go to prison for life or whatever, he obviously, I'm sure I couldn't live with myself if I accidentally shot my son, and I'm not even a hunter. What about Dick Cheney, who gets a slap on the wrist, and nobody ever said anything about that after that?
I don't know. I didn't hear the story. Did the guy kill his son, by the way, or did he just shoot him?
He said he thought his son was a turkey, and the son died.
That's a tough one.
It's tragic. And from that, we get to end the wrap-up show.
So, hey, Benjy, I meant to ask you, I was listening to the wrap-up show. What was with your meltdown? You were being, really strange.
Gary,
but you were way off. Did you listen back to that?
No, I don't.
Yeah, you were out of your mind.
Well, listen, Gary made a joke that I had in
No, he didn't make a joke. He was using a comparison in terms of, life, but you came off almost...
Because I didn't want to...
I'll play it for everybody. I'll play it for everyone. Then
but wait, are you giving me a chance to prove
Yes.
that? Okay.
Yeah, but you're trying to prove something you don't need to prove. Mike, go ahead.
Hey now. Is Benjy invited to the party? Because I know you're worried about Papa Flowfly's puncto. Benjy's all over the internet with raging open wounds and oozing pustules, and he's got the herpes. I mean,
I absolutely don't. I absolutely
you're
don't.
busting your balls because you're ridiculous. Listen to this. You got to hear this from the wrap-up show. I was listening to Benjy, and he was going berserk. Was that a shtick or was that for real? Were you really going berserk over that?
I guess it seems better to say I was joking around.
Yeah, but you weren't. I don't think. Let's see here. I just think you were misinterpreting this. All right, so here's Benjy discussing something with Gary, and Gary makes an analogy to herpes, which, by the way, was a ridiculous analogy. But then Benjy freaks out because he thinks people are going to think he has herpes, which was never even mentioned.
I never know, the first time I sleep with a girl, should I tell her I might wake up screaming?
Yes.
But it's like...
Benjy evidently has this thing where he yells in his sleep.
I might not, so it's like, by telling her, it's like, do I want to deal with her or maybe just wait till it happens?
She's not going to run away from you if you tell her.
Yeah, if
she is going to run away if you don't tell her it happens.
Exactly. If you don't tell her and it happens, don't you think that's a little bit worse?
What is it? It's almost like saying, should I tell a girl I have herpes because I'm not broken out right now? So nothing may happen. But if I give her herpes, then what the hell?
Well, first of all, let's make this clear. I do not have anything. I'll be tested. But what are you saying? You would tell or wouldn't?
I would tell. I would absolutely tell.
I think most people probably wouldn't.
Would you?
If I had herpes?
Yeah.
Well, thank God I don't have that.
Of course you would. It's almost illegal, but we're not talking about herpes. We're talking about you and the night terrors, and my answer is you should tell in advance.
And that clip of you screaming is one of the... that's an
So it's very clear that...
Nobody's accused him of anything.
Nothing. And it's so obvious that... But he starts to go into protest like it was weird.
I'm great, I think.
Hey, Benjy, are you saying that if you had herpes, You would have sex with a woman without telling her?
First of all, I don't. And
I know you
I'll
don't.
be tested. I'll put my medical record on when everyone else does.
Nobody's saying
Benjy, no one is saying you have it.
I would say most people would not tell people. Like 40%,
I'm not asking about
40%
most
of the
people.
population.
What about you?
I'm
I
asking
don't
about you.
know because I haven't been faced with that.
Well, just, I mean, now you're...
I don't know. I can understand why people wouldn't.
Okay, so let me flip it around. How would you feel?
I would be very upset.
Like if you slept with a girl and then a day later she said, oh, by the way, I have herpes.
I would be upset.
So then why wouldn't you just know that you would say something?
Do unto others.
It's hard enough to get girls, you know? You think is that going to just throw that in there? They're going to jump.
Yeah, but that's part of the price of having herpes.
I do not. I swear.
Nobody thinks you have it.
Someone tunes in, they just hear like the word herpes and this.
Yeah, but do you know the expression? You know, methinks thou doth protest too much. Like, why are you?
Let's go test my blood right now.
I actually don't care whether you have it or not.
Yeah, neither do I.
I really don't.
And we're not saying that you do.
And we don't think you do. And if you did, that's fine. And if you don't, good for you.
I don't, but I guarantee you, I bet about 30-40% of people here do.
So that was going on, and it was like, well, I mean, anyone could have tuned in and thought maybe Gary had her. I mean, no one. Right. It was very clear you guys were talking about a hypothetical situation, and then like everyone sensed Benjy's panic in this, and then like Sal was busting Benjy's balls. Everyone got in on it.
Benjy says he does not have herpes, and I don't want anyone to think that he might.
Well, now you're making a joke out of it.
We did.
And you're not?
John was not making a joke out of it.
You're right. I handled it poorly.
Yeah, you were like freaking out. Listening. And then the endless teasing starts happening because Benjy's, being so jerky about it.
Right, yeah, they're just playing into it now.
No.
Okay.
Because, anyway, go ahead.
No, go ahead. What were you going to say?
No, I don't.
Doug in Long Island, you're on the wrap-up show.
Yeah, Benjy, man, stay away from me and my family, man. Those sores, they're very, very contagious, dude. That's disgusting. Hey, do you wear a condom when you break out?
Well, I don't understand what Sal's doing.
All right, Sal.
No, in all seriousness, Benj, I do love you. And I hope you get the herpes checked out, man.
Now listen,
Thanks,
we can call my doctor on the air right now. I just did a physical 2 weeks ago.
Do you really have a regular doctor?
Yeah.
I'm just checking.
Bob, you're on the wrap-up show.
Real quick, I just want to my question is for Gary. Benjy, I'm really sorry about the herpes.
All right, listen, dude, I got your phone number right here.
Call me.
And dude, I'm not fucking around.
I know.
Will you take a test? Let the news department do it. Take a test for all STDs and have it posted. Will you guys do that?
Not a problem.
I will do that.
Yeah. That's not a problem.
John?
I don't know.
No, of course I would do it.
Tommy, you're on the wrap-up show.
Hey, Tom, what's up? Yo, I wasn't listening to the show, but I just had a quick question. I just saw on Howard's Twitter page that it says that Benjy has herpes.
Hey, Jason, listen, don't fuck around, man, because I'm fucking serious. Dude, do not fuck around because you guys are fucking lying, and I'll just start saying shit about you guys, Jason, because we all know you cheat on your girlfriend, right?
Oh,
I mean, your wife. I'm sorry, your wife, right? Oh, that's bad to say?
Well, no, it doesn't say that on the Twitter. Just
but why you go type that in the Twitter and then call it in?
I'm just reporting what I see. I haven't been listening to the show. I apologize.
Wow.
That's all I was just asking. I want to make sure everyone was fine.
All right, Tommy, thank you for your call.
Tommy sounds like a fucking nerd.
I mean, dude, what are you doing? What is that all about?
So then I heard yesterday, by the time I got back to the office, and no, that was just a small selection of the calls. Like some guy called from a town, and Benji's like, what town are you in? What's your name? And he's like, all threatening.
He's going crazy.
So by the time I got back to the office, I heard there were like 1 million threats on Stern Fan Network, and then Benjy was calling, threatening legal action if they didn't take down the threads. I don't know. What happened?
Ay, Benjy.
Listen, I reacted silly.
You did.
Thank God this is something I can prove I'm correct about.
But no one's accusing you of anything.
Well, no, now there is all over everywhere.
Well, because you're being silly.
Maybe, but you understand. Listen.
No. You don't want this getting out of control. But you created it.
I understand that.
Right.
And I got to, put a stop to it.
I'm listening to this thing going, this guy's having a meltdown.
Yeah, I couldn't understand it.
Yeah.
I mean, listen.
The only reason people are saying it is because they see you reacting in a weird way.
But
they know you don't have herpes.
And it came out of nothing.
Yeah. Well, let's do a test to prove it.
Well, why do you want to have a test? Nobody thinks you have it.
Nobody thinks you have it.
There's doubt now. I want
You're so silly.
All right, so go get a test and bring it in.
I want you to verify it and everything.
I will verify it.
And just because, listen, because now I have some stigma, I challenge.
You have no stigma.
I challenge everyone here to do it.
What is the stigma?
Let's have everyone do it. It would be a great reveal. Let's have everyone do a full medical test.
Benjy, listen to me. I don't know what's going on in that brain of yours, and I don't know if you put me on, but you're acting really peculiarly.
Peculiarly. Okay.
Yeah, that's a word.
Okay.
Try saying it.
Peculiarly.
It's not easy, but I said it.
It's a hard one.
You're just acting odd.
All right.
And it's weird.
All right.
And you're weirding everyone out.
But
you're making Fred uncomfortable? You're making Artie uncomfortable?
I'm actually moving closer to you.
I know. And it's not because anyone thinks you have herpes. It's because you're odd.
And it sounds like you're in doubt whether you're.
I'm not. I have.
Calm down.
I have my doctors.
All right. So
she'll call in right now.
All right. If you want to have a test, go get it. It's your business. You don't need one. We're not asking for one.
Doctor's going to call in right now.
My
20 people have so far said you don't have it, and why you continue.
So why do you keep protesting?
You keep going on like you do, and that you have to prove that you don't.
Listen, because it's going to be an ongoing thing unless you say, I saw test results.
All right. So you bring me the I mean, listen, I don't think it is going to be an ongoing thing.
I think it'll end pretty quick.
Unless, although people now see your Achilles heel, and they're going to torture you.
Right. And that'll be the only reason it'll happen is because of your reaction.
Even if you get a test, they're going to torture you with it because they're having fun watching you react.
But I don't. I really don't.
We know that. No, okay, he's putting me on.
I'm not. I want everyone to agree that I don't want it to be jokes.
We can't accept. I mean, the callers might do it.
I can't accept that the caller won't call into you.
Well, then they can call.
And people on the Internet will tease you.
No, you can control that.
Maybe.
Just put a stop to it, please.
Right, everyone put a stop to it.
Wow.
Thank you.
All right, there you go.
But I will, if the news department wants to, I think it would be an interesting...
I know, you want to be tested.
But let's do everybody, because right now, I'm going to give you the one with the joke. Let's move the joke on to someone who really does have it.
You created the joke on yourself. You understand that?
Yes.
Right. So now you're asking other people to be... Somewhat. Gary made an analogy that night sweats or whatever it is you have...
Night terrors.
Night herpes.
Night herpes. The night terrors, would be the same, by the way, which is a ridiculous analogy, would be the same about his herpes.
It's so not.
And then you started to freak out saying people will think I have herpes. Nobody thought it. Nobody. And then you started panicking. Maybe this is all put on and I'm wasting my time.
Yeah.
Okay, let's move on. That's the best thing for you.
I would love if the news department...
All right.
But wait, you wouldn't want to do, like everyone does tested?
Yes, I want to do that.
And then we can do a reveal like we did with the Revelation.
Yeah, right. Another great bit.
I think this is a jackpot for Benjy.
Yes.
Right.
The attention.
Mm-hmm.
I'm getting that feeling looking at him now. All right, thank you. Thank you, Benjy. And yes, we're all going to go get tested today. And by your doctor.
No, I want to...
I don't even think he has a regular doctor.
No. Right, he's got a doctor, who will call in right now.
That's the part I don't believe.
A girl doctor.
Dr. Sheila.
Dr. Sheila.
Yeah, Dr. Sheila.
Dr. Benjy.
Hi, this is Dr. Benjy.
I don't even think you go to a doctor. I don't think you care that much.
I absolutely go to a doctor.
You do? Once a year you get a checkup?
I did one. I just did one 2 weeks ago, 3 weeks ago.
All right.
And then one before that, I did that during our last weight loss contest.
Very good. All right, so everybody knows now that you're the cleanest guy around. Well, that was exciting. Let's go to Cyrus. All right.
Also, we had Benjy's alleged herpes, and he wants everybody to know he does not have it.
Right.
And he's going way out of his way to push that, and it's caused a bunch of people to call in to bust his balls.
Right,
so
he's getting his balls busted.
I don't see how we can avoid that question.
Right.
But a good one was, Gary said he doesn't feel any sympathy for John the Stutterer. Or he does feel sympathy for John the Stutterer, but not Jeff the Drunk. So which whackpackers do people feel sorry for, and which one do they just think are, jerk-offs?
I like that topic. That's a good one. That's you got to do a lot of soul-searching. Which whackpacker do you feel bad for, and which ones don't you feel bad for? All right, we'll listen to that tonight. Thanks,
So
Mud.
it's going to be fun, 7 o'clock, Howard 101.
All right, Mud. Sounds like a big agenda. Hi, Pitch Eric, you're on the air. What can I do for you?
Hey, Howard, hi. I wanted to say hello to your niece. She sounds very cute.
Yeah, well, forget it. She's married, and she doesn't have any interest in you.
I just want to say she sounds very, very, very cute.
All right. Thank you, Eric. Yes, Benjy.
To say I have alleged herpes is no different than saying you have alleged herpes.
Right.
Fred has alleged herpes.
Right. You don't
Robin
have herpes. We
no,
know that.
And I have a doctor. We're having a testing done.
Right. You don't have herpes.
All right.
You don't. The only reason people are teasing you is because you were protesting so much when no one was even saying you had herpes.
All right.
Do you understand?
Yes.
Okay.
He doesn't understand.
He doesn't understand. No. But I'm telling you, nobody thinks you have herpes.
Who said that?
One of those guys over there. He doesn't know you.
I'll come to the doctor with me today.
All right. We all believe you. Don't worry.
The news is doing. I'm sure they're trying to get a doctor here to do a test.
Oh, cool. All right. So we're looking forward to that.
And I have a doctor that will call in, and I did a test 3 weeks ago.
No, all right.
Can they detect it when the outbreak is not happening?
I don't know, Fred. Yes, it's an antibody test.
All right, Austin, you're on the air.
And Fred, will you do the test?
Benji, thank you. We don't care. Go ahead, Austin.
Hello, Howard.
Hey.
How's it going?
All right.
I was your niece's prom date back in the day, and let's just say I dodged a bullet because I pulled a Rob Zombie on her all night
you
long.
lying. That's not your prom date. You disgust me, Austin.
What is he even saying? I don't even know what he's
saying. He not only had her, but that he held out a long time.
Oh.
You know, and that wasn't it. I didn't ask for it. She asked me. She wanted me.
Pam, that's not true, I hope.
No, it's not.
You got to be like Benji, just deny. That's it. Thank you.
Hey, Howard,
right,
thanks, man. You rule, man.
All right, Austin, thank you. That's not even funny.
Not at all.
Austin. Why, you. All right, let's go to the main event, what everybody loves. Here's Robin with the news.
Ooh, Robin, I'll come inside ya. I'll come inside ya. I'll come inside ya. Then you can piss out my goo.
Oh, my God. What was that?
That is disgusting.
Take my niece's headphones off.
Jeez.
That,
Nobody should have heard that.
It's unbelievable that Richard was at work and he thought of that.
Robin, what's in the news? Let's get to a serious news. Hey, Andy, you're on the air in East Meadow. What's happening?
What's up, Cracker?
Come on, man. Don't waste my time.
I'm sorry, but hey, Benji, sorry about the herpes. I just want to ask you a question.
Hey, wait, we got to put a fucking stop to this. I'm serious. Howard.
Well, how can I stop it?
No.
You started it.
But it's like, can we start have a discussion? Hey, is Fred a pedophile? Maybe he's a pedophile. Maybe
probably
he's
is.
Kids. Why don't we have a serious discussion about that?
But you see how Fred doesn't care?
But you know something? I'm working on it, Benj, and that's the good news.
No,
Benji, did you just hear what he said?
You would
listen to me. You hear what Fred just said?
What?
You're yelling and you're not listening.
Right.
Fred just said he's working on getting rid of his pedophilia.
Right.
But you would not accept, like Mud's saying, like they're going to do a serious discussion about it tonight on this thing. Alleged. Alleged does not cover libel. You can say alleged.
Benji, you do not have herpes. Everyone thinks it's funny how you're reacting to this.
That's fine.
That's what he's saying.
And I don't think it's libel. I think it's slander.
No,
slanderous.
No, it's a slander's spoken, but on the radio.
All right, Benji, I'm going to make your dreams come true. Do you want Mutt not to talk about that tonight?
Yeah.
Okay.
All I want is my test results. You can say them. That's it.
All right. But stop making such a big deal about it.
Benji, just shut up. Hey, Howard, I want to ask you about...
Nobody thinks you have it. Nobody.
But this guy does.
We've said a million times.
He's joking
Actually,
with you.
Howard, I know a 6-year-old who thinks he has it.
Hey, Benji, I don't care if you have it. It has nothing to do with me. Just let the lady know before people there. That's all I care about.
Benji, your protests are what's fueling this.
But Howard,
it would be over in a week.
You would do the same thing if
I never would have reacted to Gary's analogy.
The first thing was a mistake, but then you would have.
But Benji, Imus went on the air once and said that my wife Beth has herpes.
Right.
Okay. Now how would he know that if she had it? And we both were like, boy, that was a bizarre thing to say. And then we don't care because she doesn't.
And if he kept doing it, you would put a stop to it.
If he said that as fact, but no one's saying that about you.
If he continually did it as a joke, you'd put a stop to it.
But I'm saying...
Oh, my God.
The only way but if Howard went on the air every day and protested it, then he would keep doing
you would put a stop to it legally.
But what I'm saying is, nobody thinks you... All right, here's my statement. And I want everyone to hear this.
You can put my doctor on right now.
All right, I want everyone to hear this.
Can we call my doctor right now?
Benji is a fat, disgusting, sweaty slob, but he does not have herpes.
I love that he thinks that's going to hurt his dating.
Yeah.
You don't understand.
In fact, he's 800 pounds.
Yeah, but Ben, there's other things. There's other factors.
But then Mutt's like, hey, let's have a discussion about the alleged...
Mutt, are you listening? Call in. Don't discuss it. It's causing this guy mental stress.
Howard, can I ask a question?
Yeah.
If he sleeps with a girl tonight and doesn't tell her, is it against the law?
I said I will take a test.
Benji, we know you don't have it. You don't have to take a test.
I want to, though, now.
All right, so take the test.
I did yesterday. I did a million.
How can I get you to stop with this already?
You know how to.
How? I have nothing to do with this.
I'm on the state medical board.
What is that?
I'm on the state medical board. I could examine them.
Good. Examine them right now. Good luck.
You don't want to do that.
What?
Is he really serious?
Yes, he's serious.
Yeah, unfortunately.
Why are you so upset? Why do you care so much about what people think? I'm just curious.
Well, it's embarrassing. It's
but
like...
nobody thinks you have it.
They don't.
Listen,
and if they do, who cares?
I don't think it's really that big of a deal if someone has it. It's not that big. But dating is hard enough.
Right.
Then when girls...
When you look like that, it is.
But there are girls who are into people with herpes.
Oh, but he lost so much weight. Look at... Come on.
No,
Hey, Benji.
Yeah.
Benji, are you on a cream or are you on a pill?
Oh, you're so bad. This guy is so bad.
I bet I'm the only one here. I took a test yesterday. I have antibodies for nothing.
Right.
Not HSV1, not HSV2. I guarantee you 70% of the people here have one of them.
We know what you're saying, and you're right.
And what do you care about that? Why
What do you care?
keep making it an issue. Now
Nobody's
you want everybody
accusing
tested. Nobody cares.
Because I'm the only one that's clean here.
All right,
I just, Howard, really, it's like...
What do you want me to do, Benji? I can't do anything about this. You went on the wrap-up show. Somebody made an analogy to herpes. You go, I don't have herpes. Wait, nobody thought you did. And then then it got funny because you were protesting so much. And now the audience is calling up. They know you don't have herpes, but they know it bothers you when they bust your balls. That's what's going on. What more can I tell you?
Benji, does it hurt when you pee?
Call it something else, like the plague or something.
All right,
like
the plague. Benji
you
has
wouldn't
the plague.
mind having the plague?
All right. Benji, stop it. You're making it worse.
Listen, we know, and people calling in right now.
This is like if you had an open sore and they were pouring.
What happens is it gets like exploded way beyond the show.
Right.
Nobody's exploding it but you.
You're the only one reacting.
Well, can I say something, Benji?
Go ahead.
Yeah, Benji.
This is my niece.
I know. Benji, listen, you know what? Here's the thing. The kind of girl you said you were scared that the girl wouldn't believe you, or, it's hard meeting girls. But really, the kind of girl that you're looking to attract, wouldn't you want her to believe you? Really?
Well, what happens is
Benji, I'm going to give you a nickname. Benji, the non-herpes carrier.
Yeah. No, I don't want any association with it at all.
You don't want to be Benji who doesn't have herpes?
Nobody thinks you have.
Howard?
Yeah.
I want to say one thing. I know Benji does not have herpes.
Right.
But here's a word of advice. Periods of prolonged stress can cause more frequent reoccurrences. So if I were you, I'd calm down.
Right. Benji, we know you don't have it. Everyone agrees you don't have it. You don't even have to have yourself tested. There's no accusation that you have it. Nobody thinks you have, nobody even cares about you. That's the good news.
None of us are fucking you.
Right.
Why? Because of the rumor.
Okay.
I think
would you like Mutt to keep that off his topic? I'm going to do that for you. You really that stressed out about it?
Yeah. All I want is have a test taken on the air.
Mutt, would you do him a favor and not discuss herpes?
I will not discuss the herpes.
All right.
He put me on the phone with his doctor so that I could let people know that he doesn't have herpes, so I was going to do that tonight.
Oh, well, why don't
you
do
that?
Now you're not going to be clear.
You don't want him to say that you don't have herpes?
I want you to talk to my doctor. Just put the doctor on the air. Film the test.
Where's your doctor? Put him on the air.
I'll go get it right now.
Why don't you wait till we come back?
All right.
Well, really, I just wanted to discuss his reaction to the way he's acting. That's the funny thing.
That's the funny thing.
Yeah.
He even asked me off the air, what should he do? I said, stop acting like this.
It is weird.
Yeah, I said, stop it.
It's weird.
It's weird, right?
Yeah.
Explain to him why it's weird, will you?
Because the irony is it makes it seem like you have it.
I get that, Artie. But Artie, but what's something... Listen, this wouldn't bug you, but what's something that would bug you, and if people kept doing it...
You couldn't say anything about Artie that would bug him.
Yeah,
I don't...
I've been trying to figure that out.
I mean...
The man was on heroin a few months ago.
All right, can we fucking stop that? I'm serious. Dating is hard enough.
You mean people don't want to date a heroin addict?
But I mean, the weird thing is, your reaction is making me think, well, Benji clearly has herpes.
Listen, I will get a test. All right, the test all right. I did get a test yesterday.
All right. Mutt, will you not
No
discuss?
problem. I will come up with a different topic.
Benj,
thank you.
Yeah, to talk about me doing heroin. Benj, I just want to go home and sit at the edge of my bed and cough and cry.
All right, Tom, you're on the air. What can we do for you?
Who's this, Tom?
Yeah. You know, what are you kidding me? Irish John, you're on the air. Go ahead.
Howard 100 News spoke to Benjy Bronk's doctor, Dr. Dana Saltzman, regarding the allegation he has herpes. She confirmed that Benjy was tested on June 30th for both herpes 1 and 2, and he tested negatively for both.
Nice, Benjy. So that ought to clear that up, huh?
What about 3?
Benjy, you satisfied now that the word is out?
The news is out?
Yeah, sure.
Okay. All right. Benjy is satisfied.
As Ted Kennedy, please.
And what else?
Chào cả mọi người, và hôm nay bên em lại về một chiếc xe của Hyundai, một chiếc Creta sản xuất 2016 phiên bản màu trắng. Xe này thì 1.6 và xe này là kiểu xe dòng xe là SUV gầm cao. Xe phiên bản màu trắng. Và em sẽ quay tổng thể chiếc xe cho mọi người cùng xem. Màn ca năng thì có 3 thanh mạ chrome biểu tượng Hyundai, nhìn rất là khỏe khoắn. Xe này thì giá rất là rẻ bởi vì nó có một số những cái vấn đề. Tuy nhiên thì em sẽ...
Bye.